Alright guys, so welcome to the section slash pages in your store section of the course. Now this is going to be a very brief lecture, but nevertheless it is still an important one. This is something that many people miss, which is why I put the subtitle on there of conversion killers that no one talks about. These are things that a lot of people often overlook, and it does damage your store in terms of conversions as well as just your brand overall. So of course the first page that we're going to talk about here is the contact us page. So as you can see here, I gave you kind of just like a template of what I would say. So this is something that I put into my own websites, and you guys can see my websites as well. I will share some of those later on in this course, but essentially all you need to say is that here is, list your contact information and say something regarding how long it will take for you to actually reply to the contact request, I guess. So for example, what I do is I say we answer emails within 2 days at the very latest. Of course that does mean we answer emails sometimes earlier than 2 days, but no later than 2 days, and I do pretty much abide by that. I do have VAs handling the customer service, which will help a ton, and we will cover outsourcing later on in this course as well, but we're taking it one step at a time here. I wouldn't skip around if I were you. Let's just go one step at a time so we comprehend the full spectrum of dropshipping so that you can replicate all these results into many different stores. But anyways, let's continue. So after you get the contact page done, you definitely need a shipping and delivery page. Now I know this one's kind of one that a lot of people neglect, and the main reason is obviously because you do feel that being transparent about your shipping times will get you lower conversions, and that is not true at all. In fact, having a shipping and delivery page can oftentimes increase conversions because customers do want to know when their packages will arrive. This not only will help your store look more trustworthy, but it will also help a ton with reducing the amount of customer service that you get. So these are some questions right here that I include in my shipping and delivery pages. As well as answers, of course. So for example, when will my order be processed? How long will it take to receive my order? These are very easy things to write out, just a paragraph or two of talking about exactly how you fulfill your orders. And I would recommend that you be transparent with your shipping time. So do say that it takes 12 to 20 days with ePacket after processing time, etc., etc. These things will definitely help you in the long run, and you should definitely do that. Now the next page is of course going to be an FAQ page, and I will show you right now in like 2 minutes an example of all of these pages so that you can see kind of the and not only look at this in a conceptual overview. So the FAQ page is literally going to be a mix of your shipping and delivery page, contact us page, and a returns page, which of course I will get to in a little bit. So the return policy page is actually more important than you think. These are things that you definitely need to put in your store. Now the main reason is because this will also minimize your customer service, and this will look better for Shopify risk team. For the Shopify risk team, which the risk management team are essentially the people that determine whether or not they want to hold your money, some of your money that you get, and things like that. And as I mentioned earlier, I will cover some of those, or I will cover those things later on in this course, but let's take it one step at a time here. Let's not overwhelm ourselves, and let's just try to be as efficient as possible. So that's what you'll need for the return policy. Now obviously a tracking page is also going to be very important, and if you don't want to install an app for it, you can definitely just mention in your tracking page exactly what the instructions would be for a customer to acquire their tracking number, which typically will involve them messaging your email or emailing you and you having to manually send them their tracking code, which is of course not as bad as it sounds, especially if you're outsourced, which as I mentioned I covered later on in this course. There are apps of course that will make this a little bit easier, and I will cover those later on as well in the store creation. This is just a conceptual overview. So of course, like I said, I will be talking about these pages further once in the live store creation lecture, but I do want to mention here I have a store that well, it's not my store, of course. This is a very successful Shopify store that they drop ship, and here's the cool thing, they have all these pages that I've talked about. So the thing is that they do have them at the footer of the page, which is totally fine. They have an FAQ, They have phone support, contact us, very, very clearly stated, a return policy, privacy policy, and they even have a shipping and shopping guide, which is really, really cool. Maybe I'll even implement some of these things into my store, because this is one of the most successful dropshipping stores I think I've seen so far. They definitely look legitimate. And guys, this is why you will see a lot of examples of successful dropshipping stores in this course. This course is seriously going to help you so much. Seeing live examples and analyzing what these people are doing is essentially how I have gotten my success. You have to reverse engineer what they're doing, copy the best things that they're doing, but don't copy everything exactly. Put your own twist to things. But essentially, guys, that pretty much covers it for these sections / pages that you need in your store. These are definitely conversion killers that are often overlooked. So make sure that you do create those pages. If you already have a store and you haven't created these pages, make sure right after this video is over, you go do that before you move on to the next lecture. But that's it for this one.